So, very good morning, everyone. We will wait for 1 to 2 minutes so that more students will join, and then we will start our today's session. Okay, so we have to start our session. Okay, so in the previous lecture, we will discuss about some definition, and as well as we have also discussed about the block diagram of a digital control system and how the signal, okay, which will be flow across this particular block diagram in a binary format or in a graphical format, that we will see in the previous lecture. Okay, so in the previous lecture we will also discuss about the mechanism of a signal flow across the particular block diagram. Okay, the block diagram of a digital control system or the discrete time control system, whatever it is, right? So we will little bit discuss about the sampling and the hold circuit, the different component which will be used in the particular block. Okay, what will be the function of all those particular components, that also we will discuss. We are discussing about some definition supposed to be the sample and hold. Okay, analog to digital converter, digital to analog converter, what will be the process plant, okay, what will be the function of a plant or the process, okay. So that thing we will discuss. We will also discuss about the function of the transducer, okay. So we will discuss briefly about the what will be the function of the transducers, okay. And after that we will discuss uh, and after that we will discuss about the various type of samples, okay. So one sum of number one is a periodic sampling, second one is a multiple order sampling, okay. So multiple rate sampling and the random sampling, okay. So different type of sampling and their periodic characteristics that we will show today, okay. So before going to the particular lecture, okay, so I will share my screen so that you will comfortably check what we will done in the previous lecture. So is my screen is visible? I think.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right. So yesterday we will discuss about these things, okay, how the signal which will flow across the particular block diagram of a digital control system using binary or the graphical form, right? Using binary and the graphical form, okay. So, and we will also discuss about the different components which will be used in this particular block diagram, okay, and what will be the functionality of each and every block, that also we will discuss. Supposed to be okay. So that also we will discuss. That means what will be the function of the A to D converters, D to A converters, okay. So that thing we will discuss, okay. So sampling and the whole circuit is actually the integral part of this particular A to D converter. Then we will discuss the D to A converter. Then also what will be the process, some few examples of the various process, right? So today we will little bit also discuss about the plant of the process, okay. So in this plant of the process, what I will suggest that the plant is only a physical object that must be controlled, okay, that should be controlled, okay. So very good example of the plant is a furnace, okay, a chemical reactor, itself a power plant, and also the set of machine parts which will be used in the power plant, that is functionally together to perform this particular operation. And another very good example is a servo system, or we can say that the spacecraft, okay. So whatever our process is, so in this particular process we can choose the chemical process, we can choose the power production process, we can choose the economical process, and we also choose the biological process also, okay. So whatever the process is, so there must have some digital control system will be implemented in the process of the plant, right? So one thing I also told you, it will be very difficult part to design this control system, okay. May accurate modeling of the physical plant, it will be very difficult to design, okay. It will be very difficult to design the accurate modeling of any such kind of physical plant or the process, okay. So it may happen there are many approaches to a particular plant or the process model, okay. That means some assumption we are taking, okay. So that means for designing such kind of plant or the process, we will say that we have to modeling this particular plant in a assuming manner, okay. So there will be such kind of approach for designing any such kind of plant or the process model, but even so it will be very difficult may exist, or mainly because of the absence of the process dynamics, okay. So depending upon the various process dynamics, our modeling of a particular plant or the process may vary, okay. So that is why I told you, for any such kind of designing of this particular control system, okay, that will be very difficult for any such kind of modeling of physical plant or the process, okay. So thus we can say that when we have designing such digital controller, Okay, so thus when we have designing this particular digital controller, it is necessary to recognize the fact that the mathematical model of the plant or the process, okay, that should be considered as a physical one. Okay, so whenever we have to design, depending upon the plant dynamics, depending upon your plant dynamics, okay, whenever we have to modeling the digital computer or the digital controller, okay, so we should keep in mind that some mathematical model, okay, that will be the approximation mathematical model, and that will be present in a physical system. Okay, right? So there will be some more expectation from this particular system. Okay, because being a human being, we have a more expectation from the output. Supposed to be we are processing some power plant. Okay, so what we are, the output will be what? The output will be we are getting the more amount of power, okay, from the power plant. That is our requirement, that is our expectation. So the expectation is found in the modeling, or we can say that the electromechanical system or the hydraulic mechanical system, since there may be some model accuracy. Okay, so depending upon the modeling accuracy or the designing accuracy, okay, we can adopt it this particular design. Okay, particular design of what? Particular design of the digital controller, and as well as the plant dynamics. So depending upon your plant dynamics, okay, we have to model and we have to design such particular digital controller in such a way that that particular digital controller will be acting upon a mathematical model or the approximating mathematical model which will be exist in the physical one, right? So there may have some expectation. Okay, so for processing this particular modeling accuracy, we have a very good example. Supposed to be we can say that the approximation modeling design supposed to be, for example, we can say that the modeling of a robot arm. Okay, so you are already very well known about the robotics arm. Okay, because you are already do these things. Okay, so the modeling of this particular robot arm system may be accomplished with a great accuracy. Okay, sometimes it's happen there will have some error. Okay, it may happen because due to some disturbances, some external disturbances or internal disturbances, it may happen the robot will be responsive in an abruption manner. Okay, but normally whatever the input we are getting to the particular robotics arm, the robot will be acting accordingly. That means there may have some designing. Some of one is still comes and there not. Okay, so it may happen when we have designing or modeling some robotics arm. Okay, we need the particular approximation of a mathematical model. Okay, because robot is itself a process. Okay, or we can say that the robot itself a plant process or the plant dynamics. Okay, where we have to adopt it some input to the particular robot, and according to your particular input the robot arm will be active. Okay, so there must have a good accuracy of this particular robot arm system that will be accomplished with a very great accuracy, right? A very great accuracy. Okay, so that is actually the plant or the process which will be shown in this particular block diagram. What will be the functionality, what will be the various examples of the plant or the process, okay, and how we can adopting the mathematical model for constructing or for designing any such kind of digital controller, that will be there in the plant or the process block, right? In the plant or the process block, right? So the now actually we will discuss about the transducers. Okay, so here we will use the transducers. Okay, so the transducers, or we can use the sensors. Okay, sensor is actually this is actually what? This is actually the measuring device. Okay, so if I will draw, suppose suppose this particular transducer, what will be the function of this particular transducer and the sensors? Okay, so in this particular block, the transducers and sensors will be acting as a measuring device. Okay, it acting as a measuring device, right? So that will measure what? The transducer will be measured what? Whatever the output we are getting from the plant or process, okay, that signal is measured by the transducers. Okay, if any such kind of error signal will be occurred, that cases we will considering the sensors. Sensors will be sensed if any such kind of error output will be coming from the plant dynamics. Okay, so that thing which is will check or measure. Okay, sensors will check. Okay, so sensors will be checking the error signal which will be comes from the plant output, which will be comes from the plant output. Okay, and the transducers will be did what, it will measure this particular error signal and it will be sent to the particular filter for filtering this particular error signal to the to my input, right, to the analog signal. Then again this particular process will be continuously go. If error signal, then error signal will be remodified on this particular converter, then again this process will be closed. So this process will be, which will be known as a closed loop process. Closed loop process, right? So so this is actually my closed loop process. Okay, so the transducers, so what will be the functionality of the transducers at the sensor block? Okay, so transducer is actually the device for the measuring device. It's one type of measuring device, and also we can say that the transducer is a device which will convert the input signal into a output signal, or the output another form of the output signal. Okay, so such type of device, that means transducer device, that will converts a some signals into a voltage output. Okay, so whatever the signal we are getting from the input, okay, that signal will be converted into the voltage output. Okay, so the output signal is generally depends upon the past history of what the input we are giving to the particular system, right? Okay, so that is actually the main function of the transducers. Even we can say that the transducers may classified into the various part. One is we can say that we have in our market, we have an availability of a analog transducers, okay, sampled data transducers, okay, or we can say that the digital transducers. Okay, so both the transducers which will available in our market, one is an analog transducer, another one is a digital transducer, or we can say that the sample data transducers. Okay, sample data transducers will be nothing but a digital transducers. Okay, so the analog transducers is a transducers. Okay, so what do you mean by the analog transducers? Analog transducers is a transducers in which the input and the output signal are the continuous function of the time. Okay, so this transducer we can say, so if I see this, so the transducers are in the market. In the market, we have availability of a two type of transducers. One is an analog transducer, and the second one is a digital transducers, right? So digital transducer, right? Or we can say that it's a sample data transducers, because we are sampling the data. Okay, sample data transducer, right? So these things, so these are the two transducers we are available. And what do you mean by the analog transducer? Okay, what do you mean by the analog transducer? Can anyone told? What do you mean by the analog transducer, and what do you mean by the digital transducer? Can anyone told? Yes? Anyone?
Sir, whole process will be in continuous.
Because analog transducers, okay, analog transducers is a transducer in which the input and the output signal are continuous function of time. Okay, the input, in case of an analog transducer, the input and the output has to be a continuous function of time. Is a continuous function of time. if I show the graph of a transducer continuous signals means this type of signals, okay, at a particular function of time, right? So in case of analog transducers, it's one type of transducers in which the input and the output signal are a continuous function of time. So for that cases, the magnitude of this particular signal may be any values within a physical limitation of any such kind of system, right? Okay, and digital transducers is actually what? Digital transducers is one which the input and the output signal which will occur only a discrete instant of a time, usually the periodic instant of a time. So for that cases, in case of a digital transducers, the magnitude of the signal, as in this case of a analog transducers, are unquantized. Okay, in case of a digital transistors is one in which the input and the output signals occurred only a discrete instant of a particular time, and the signal, the magnitude, and whatever the magnitude of the particular signal, that is quantized. That means quantized means that is assumed only for the certain discrete level, right? So what I say, in case of an analog signal, whatever your input and output, that input output will be as a continuous function of a time. But in case of a discrete transducers, the input and the output will have a what? Will have a discrete instant of a time. Discrete instant of a time. So discrete instant of a time means, suppose we have a time period, right? So these are the discrete instant of a time. Okay, so we have a discrete instant of a time. Suppose this is 0, this is t, this is 2t, this is 3t, this is 4t, this is minus t, minus 2t. So this will be actually the discrete instant of a time. So digital transducers, whatever the input and the output we are getting, that should be the discrete instant of a time. Okay, and so whatever the magnitude of this continuous function of time in case of a analog transducers, the magnitude, we can say that what will be the magnitude of the particular signal. If I say what will be the magnitude for the, what will be the magnitude? The magnitude of this particular signal, may be any values with a physical limitation of a particular system, whatever the system we are implementing in the particular block. Okay, so for that cases, your magnitude, the signal magnitude should be unquantized in the analog transducer, unquantized. Okay, but in case of a digital transducers, okay, so what will be my magnitude of a signal? So my magnitude of a signal should be quantized. Keep in mind this. That is the difference between the analog transducers and the digital transducers. Okay, so in case of a analog transducers, okay, so whatever the input and the output signal, that must be a continuous function of time, and the magnitude of this particular signal may have any value within the physical limitation of the system. That means this particular magnitude will be unquantized. But if I consider the digital transducers, okay, it's a one device which have the input and the output signals is occurred only when the discrete instant of a time, usually the periodic. Okay, this is a period of signal which we will show in this figure. This is the period of signal, supposed to be. This is the period of signal, okay, which will be shown in this particular figure. But what will be the magnitude of the particular signal? Okay, so the magnitude of the particular signal in such a cases, we can say that the input and the output signals occurred only when the discrete instant of a time and the signal magnitude are quantized. Quantized means what? Quantized means what? That can be assumed only the certain discrete level. Okay, it will be quantized in a certain discrete level. And discrete level will be defined by with respect of a time, because T, I actually told you, T is actually what in the previous lecture is the time interval. Okay, so what will be my time interval at the time of 2t? What will be my signals? Okay, what will be my quantized signal actually? Okay, so at the time of 3t, what will be my quantized signal or the sample signal we can say? Okay, in the 4t, okay, at the time of 4t, okay, what will be my sampled time interval? Okay, so that is actually digital transducers will be did. Okay, so that is actually the difference between the transducers. Normally we have in the market we have an availability of a analog and the digital transducers both, but in case of a digital control system modeling, we will normally use the digital transducers rather than using the analog transducers. Okay. Now what we can say, so depending on this particular block diagram, okay, if I reconstruct this particular block diagram in such a way that our control system dynamics it can be assigned, so how should I write this particular, or how should I draw the particular block diagram of a digital control system? We will check these things, right? Okay, so supposed to be the digital control system, you will observe this particular figure. Okay, now we have to draw a same block diagram with a particular signal flow. Okay, from the either it should be the binary or the graphical form. From the we are also using the A to D converter, D to A converter. Okay, so that thing we were implementing. So for that cases, if I draw these things, a particular structure of a digital control system. Okay, so if I the structure of digital control system. Okay, so what will be my structure? If we will see this figure, the same structure. Okay, but the thing is that we have to implementing the modeling. Okay, we have to implement the modeling in the control system algorithm, right? So what will be my algorithm? My algorithm will, if first we draw the diagram, then we will discuss what will be my structure, right? So if I draw the structure, so it will be look like, so we have some input like this, right? Okay, so there must have a positive input and the negative input we are getting from the feedback signal, right? So from the summar, okay, we are getting the analog input because we are putting the analog signal on this particular input, reference input. Okay, so reference input, right? Okay, so now we are using ADC, where this particular analog input which will be coming to this particular ADC, then this analog will be converted into the digital input. Okay, and that will be entered into your microprocessor unit. Okay, microprocessor unit. So this particular signal now again a digital input, okay, to the DAC, right? So again from the DAC, now this particular digital input will be converted into the analog input, as because we are considering the digital to analog converter, right? So here we are putting what, some collection element, or we can say that actuator, right? Okay, then this particular input will be entered into the analog input. Obviously the analog input will be entered into the process, okay, or we can say that the plant, right? And now we are getting the sampled input, sampled output we are getting from the process. Okay, so sampled input we are getting the process. Okay, so that will be your output, okay, which will be your analog output. Supposed to be this is your YT, the output is your YT, and the reference input will be your RT. Okay, and whatever the value which will be, or the signal which will be come from the DAC, that will be supposed to be your UT. Okay, so whenever this particular input will be comes to the particular plant, either this particular UT is directly go to the plant, or it will be go from the actuator. So the actuator will be collecting the data, whatever the analog input will be coming from the DAC. Okay, so that data will be either directly go to the plant, or it will be go to the from the actuator, and then it should go to the process. Okay, so now we are putting in the microprocessor part, we are putting some clock pulse. Okay, so we are putting some clock which will be connected with the DAC and the ADC, right? And we have a feedback path where we have to connect some measurement device. We have to connect some measurement device, which I already told you, the transducers, right? Transducers, it may be the ET, that means the error signal which will be goes through, right? Again, it will comes to the summer, and again the process will be continuous, right? So this is actually the process where how the particular signal which will flow, okay, from the reference input, from the input to the output. Okay, where this particular A is actually signify as a analog signal. Okay, and the D will be signify the digital, will signify the digital signal, right? Okay. If I put the continuous controller, or so what will be the difference between the continuous controller, okay, and the digital controller? Okay, so here in this particular figure we will say that it's a digital control, right? Okay, so if we are draw the diagram, basic diagram of a continuous controller, okay, so what will be my control structure? So my control structure, or the remodified structure, will be remodified structure, we can say. Okay, if I say the continuous, because the input will be the continuous time signal. Okay, so if I draw the continuous controller in case of an analog control system, if we draw the continuous controller, so what will be my desired block diagram? So my desired block diagram should be like this. Okay, so we have a summer, right? So there must have a positive input and the negative input. Supposed to be here we are putting the reference input RT, or we can say that it's a capital RT, right? Now we have a GCS, right? Then we have a plant or the process. Okay, and the output we are getting, this will be capital YT. Okay, and there must have some feedback output. Okay, so this part we can say this part is actually your continuous controller. This part is actually your continuous controller. Okay, so if we will remodify this particular structure in a digital form, in a digital controller, so how it will be look like? Okay, so in this particular continuous controller, we are not putting any such kind of A to D converter or the D to D converter. This will be the general structure. Okay, and this particular block is actually forming a continuous controller. Okay, so if we have to reconstruct this particular controller as being, we have to modeling this particular continuous controller as a digital controller. Okay, then how your particular block will look like? Okay, so how is your basic block look like? If I consider the digital controller, now again, if I consider the digital controller, So how my block diagram will be look like? My block diagram will be look like this. My block diagram will be look like this. Supposed to be, you can add the summer or whatever it is. Okay. So suppose you can add the summer before the A to D or D to A, whatever it is. So suppose we are putting A to D over here, analog to digital. Okay, so we have a supposed to be the reference input small rt. Okay, so that input should have the positive input. Okay, should have the positive input, and we have a negative input from the feedback signal. Okay, now from here we are getting the digital input, right? So we are putting the digital controller over here. We are putting the digital controller over here, and then we have putting the D2A, digital to analog, D2A and whole circuit. Okay, digital to analog signal, and as because this will be my reference input, so what will be my output of the D? What will be my signal in this in this part? Okay, so R of KT, R of KT at a time interval of T. Okay, so the now from the D2A, okay, it will be goes to the plant input. Okay, so from D2A, whatever the input, that will be depends upon T. It will be small pt, right? And my output will be Y of T. Okay, and as because we are connecting the measuring device, or we can say that the measuring device we are connecting, or we can say that now here we have to connect the D2A, because we are considering the digital computer. Okay, so whatever the input we are getting, that will be the digital form, right, from the D2A converter, because that signal will be comes from the output, that will be your analog, that will be your analog input. Then you have to convert this particular analog input to the digital input to getting the data from to the digital controller, right? So supposed to be this output data should have a measuring should have the measuring signal. That's why we are considering this is a MT. Okay, so after the MT, after this particular block or D2A converter, okay, so it will be sampled. This particular signal will be sampled. Now the sample data will be M of KT. Okay, so this particular area we can say this particular area. Okay, so up to this, yes, this particular area is actually termed as a digital controller, where the digital control action will be takes place, where digital control action will takes place, right? Okay, so that is actually the thing where we have to design the digital controller. Okay, so like this, because this particular RT will be your reference input we are putting to the digital controller. Okay, so that signal R of KT will be nothing but a sample, or the we can say that the quantized signal that will be entered into the D2A and the whole circuit, right? Then again, whatever the input data to the particular plant, that will be considered as a PT. Normally, we will say that our signal will be look like supposed to be, if I draw this particular equation. Okay, so actually our signal should have a continuous signal up to this, supposed to be this is your RT. Okay, then we have some switch which will be connected, that will be sampled. That will be supposed to be a sampler, we can say. Okay, so now from after the switch T, okay, at a time interval T, okay, So what will be my sample? So R star T, okay, that will be my sample signal. Okay, it can say that it's a sampled signal we are getting. So now we are putting the, in this particular sampling signal, we are getting the zero and hold circuit, okay, which will be considered as a G0S, termed as a G0S, and now we are putting the input data to the particular plant, which will be PT, right? So RT will be your reference input and R'(T) will be your sampled input after sampling the signals, okay, from the at a time interval of a T. Okay, so if I draw the graph, okay, so what will be my graph is, if I draw according to the particular diagram, what will be my graph? So graph should be like this, supposed to be, if I draw this at a particular time interval, so if I write the particular R of KT, okay, so R of KT will be what? So this R of KT, right? So this particular R of KT, we are, the signal will be like, so whatever the signal we are getting from the digital controller, so that thing I will show. That means this signal will be your R of, or the small R of KT, right? So that thing we can show. So in case of a continuous time signal, if we consider the controller, okay, if we consider this particular controller like this, so for that cases, my sampling rate should be like this. My sampling rate should be like this, supposed to be, this is 0, this is T, this is 2T, this is 3T, and this is your 4T, right? So my sample supposed to be at the 3T, we have a point, right? So supposed to be like this, okay. And if we consider this one, okay, what will be the sampled signal, or we can say that the sampled data signal, okay, or the quantized signal, it should be look like this, okay. I will draw in this part, okay, this part, okay. So if I will draw this, okay, so this will be your R of KT, right? So what will be my signal? My signal should be like, supposed to be, this is T, this is 2T, this is 3T, and this is my 4T, right? So that will be sampled signal, okay. So that is R of T in that particular time interval 2T, okay. So that will be your R of 2T, okay. So in case of a particular time interval 3T, that will be your R of 3T, okay. And that will be your, again, the small signal, sorry, this part, okay, this part, that will be your R of 4T, right? Okay, so that will be this R of T, R of 2T is nothing but a sampled signal after the signal will be sampled or quantized, okay. That data, that particular signal will be called as a discrete time data signal, okay. Discrete time data signal for a particular time interval T, 2T, 3T, and 4T, right? So that is actually the thing. So for that cases, if I consider this equation, this particular GCS and the G0S, if we consider these things, so what will be my equation, okay, for generalized equation for the digital control system or the discrete control system? My generalized equation should be like this: G0S is equals to 1 by S, if I consider the Laplace transformation, 1 by S into 1 by S e to the power minus e to the power st. So that is equals to 1 minus e to the power minus s of t divided by s, right? So that is actually, G0S is actually nothing but a what? It's a zero and a hold samples, okay. So what will be my zero and the hold sample? If we put in the Laplace transformation, so then we will get this particular data, okay. So 1 by s minus 1 by s into e to the power st. If we derive these things, that is come 1 minus e to the power st. That means your G0S will become 1 minus e to the power minus st divided by s. So keep in mind these things. So whenever we consider the J transformation, then we will discuss, say, from where a particular data will come. Okay, so from where this particular data will be coming, that we will discuss in the J transformation. Okay, that will discuss in the J transformation. Okay, and as well as the Laplace transformation. Only right now you have to only define. So what will be your G0s? G0s will nothing but a transfer function of a 0 and the whole signals. Okay, so that will be the transfer function for the 0 and the whole signals. Okay, and G and this signals. Okay, this particular signal supposed to be this GCS. Okay, from there also the what will be my transfer function equation that we are getting. Okay, this is only for the continuous controller system. Okay, continuous controller system. Okay, and this is for the sample and the hold system. Okay, sample and the hold. This is actually the transfer function for the sample and the hold circuit, and this is for the transfer function of a continuous controller signal. Right. So that is up to this. I will conclude my session. Okay, then again we will discuss some more about the modeling of a digital computers. How we will, because the digital computer is a one type of digital controller. Okay, so how we will model these things, that thing, and the different sampled analysis and different type of sampling signals we will discuss in the next one. The next tomorrow I will discuss. Right. So we will stop the session for today. I think how many there? 23. Okay, so put your attendance in the LMS portal. After the classes, I will publish the QR code. Okay, those who have attended, only those persons should give your attendance. Okay, I will check in the LMS portal. Okay, I already screenshot of your 23 student. Okay, so 23 students should enter your attendance. And then I will check how many of you are entered into the LMS portal. Okay, so thank you very much for your kind cooperation, and we will again meet tomorrow at the same time. Okay, 10:40. Okay, thank you. Now we will stop the session. Is there any question?
Thank you.
Any question?
No questions.
Okay. Okay.